Hi, it's Jennifer Hollick with the World War II Research and Writing Center. Today I spent a lot of time looking at some IDPFs, that individual deceased personnel file, and most of them focused on soldiers, sailors, and Air Force crew members who were killed in the North Africa theater. A lot of emotions have come up today, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, rage, and the feeling of being sick reading some of these descriptions that are in these IDPFs. Now, a lot of people pull IDPFs to learn more about how their soldier died in service. They look for the basic facts of what unit they were in, where they were killed, what happened. Most of these files contain handwritten letters by family members. Sometimes if the soldier, and I use soldier to cover anybody, was not recovered right away, there will be information in there from Graves Registration Service, possibly maps. I had looked at one file that had photographs in it of a crash site in Iran in 1942 for a colonel whose plane went down. Lots of details. And while all of these details are great and they help us tell our soldier's story, I think there's one big thing that a lot of us are missing, and that's looking at what the families went through. A lot of family stories get passed down. They go down to the children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren of those veterans who served, and a lot of them get mixed up over time. A lot of what was in the newspapers, as I discovered again today as I looked at the colonel's IDPF and looked up some of the newspaper articles that featured him and what happened to his plane, we learn again that the government didn't tell everybody everything. So what's in the newspapers from the war years is not always really what happened. When we put that together and look at our family stories and look at the deeper aspects of what's in these files, we can come to learn a lot more about what our families went through, especially those who survived, those who were left at home, the mothers, the widows, the fathers. And we can come to know understand maybe some of the pain that our families went through that's been passed down through the generations. I know I may be rambling a little bit, but there's just so much to think about in these files and so many emotions come up. So if you have these files for your soldier, go back through them again and again and look for those deeper details and try to find more of the stories that you can add to your family history and understand better why things were the way they were, why they were described that way, why the stories came down through the family the way they did, and how you can start to put some closure and peace to some of these stories and the family members. And I'd love to hear the discoveries that you've found in some of these files and how it's brought your family some closure, answers, and peace. So please feel free to leave some comments, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.